lesson, we're talking about drawing trig functions. We're talking about drawing a cos function. In this lesson, we're going to talk about drawing a tan function. And in the other lesson, we've already done the sine function. So when you're drawing a tan function in an interval of x is greater than minus 360 and x is less than 360, this is a different way of writing the restriction. With the other function, we're using square brackets, the interval notation. Here we're using the inequality notation. So in a question paper, they might ask you any of the two, so you need to know the two forms of writing the restriction. The tan graph has a period of 180. The sine graph and the cos graph, the period is 360. But with the tan graph is 180. And the tan graph has asymptotes. Asymptote, this is not the function, the first function that we see asymptote. In other functions, the exponential graph, we have functions, the hyperbolic graph, we have asymptote. An asymptote is a line that a graph goes towards, but it doesn't touch. If you take your calculator and make tan 90, it will say undefined, meaning that you don't have a value for tan 90. So 90 plus minus 90 is an asymptote, plus minus 270 is an asymptote. An asymptote is always written in an equation. So you're going to write x is equals to, when you are asked to write the asymptote, you don't just write the 90 or the 270 degrees. No, you have to write it in an equation. X is equals to 90, x is equals to minus 90. What you need to remember with this function is that the y-intercept of this function is at 0 and 0. That is important. If you know that coordinate, then you can fill in the other ones. With this function, the tan function, every 45 degrees there's a change. So that information will also help us to draw the function. Let us draw the function. Y is equals to tan x, and the interval is x is greater than minus 180 and x is less than minus 180. So the first thing, you're going to write the x values using the interval. So the first one is minus 180. Then when you remember tan 45 degrees, there's a change in tan. So you're going to have minus 180, then you say plus 45, you're going to get minus 135. Then the next value, you're going to get 90. I think minus 90, yes. Then you're going to get minus 45. Then you get 0. Then you get 45. Then you get 90. You get 135 degrees, and then get 180. Okay. These are your x values for your standard tan graph in this interval. And then you remember in our notes, we said the y-intercept is at 0 and 0. So you come now, you're going to write the x-intercept. Let me use a different colored pen for these values. This is my x-intercept. You're going to have a 0, right? So from a 0, you're going to have a 1. Oh, before we do that, before you write the x-intercept, go to the asymptote and cancel them out, because you will not have any values here. Then so that you don't make mistakes and end up putting values. Then you write your 0, then the next one is 1, then the next one is minus 1, then 0. Then when you come this side, you have a 0, you're going to have your graph is going to come like that, go to 0, you're going to have a minus 1, then you have your asymptote here, you're not going to have a value there, then you're going to have a 1, and you're going to have a 0. Right, so you have, if you look at these values, the x value, the y values, you have a pattern 0, 1, minus 1, 0, 1, minus 1, 0, 1. If you have a coordinate that you didn't have before, you have to fill. You will have 0, 1, minus 1, 0, 1, minus 1. So you need also to remember that when you're in an exam figuring out whether 135 has a 0 or a minus 1. So just remember the pattern, right? After having this, then you are fine. You can draw your graph. Let's draw our graph. Let's draw our Cartesian plane. Remember also that you must not worry much about the Cartesian plane, because in the exam you'll be provided with a graph paper. No much stress there. 1 and minus 1. So I have minus 45 degrees, minus 90 degrees, minus 135 degrees, and minus 180 degrees. 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees, and 180 degrees. Now let me put my coordinate. I'm going to start with this one. 0 and minus 180. So 0 and 1. Oh, before you do the coordinate, go and draw the asymptote. Get your ruler and draw a straight line on the asymptote. So you have a line like that. Before you even put the coordinates, so that you remember that this is a line my graph goes towards, but it will not touch. And then you have 1 and minus, then you have your asymptote. Then the next value is minus 45 and 1, minus 1. It will be there, and then 0 and 0 on the origin, and then 1 there, and then I have my asymptote, no touch. Minus 35, positive 35 and minus 1, and then 0. Then this graph is not like a sine and a cos graph. You cannot have a curve because you must not touch this line. So the shape of this graph, it's not a curve. It's in this form to go up like that. And then here it will come down like this. Bended one, come here, go down like that towards the asymptote, and then we have an arrow there, and then this part will go down like that. Then you have your function in the interval that you were given. But it can, the question paper can come with any interval. You just need to know how to draw the standard one, and then you can write any of them. Thank you.